Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Hopefully I'm not blinding you with my work shirt on. I'm going to be getting underneath the truck outside in the gravel, so got to cover up a little bit. Today we're switching it up. We're not working on the Eco Diesel. We are keeping it with the diesel, but we're going with the 6.7. It's a brand spanking new one-ton 3500 Laramie. It's my father-in-law's truck, $100,000 truck, and we're doing the first service on it. So don't be afraid to work on your own trucks. Remember, as long as you keep all your receipts with the dates on it, fill out the log inside of your truck's manual, and you're using a warranty approved oil and filters that meet or exceed OEM specs, you're going to be just fine. Okay, so that's what we got here today. Oil changes on this truck a little bit different. Like Eco Diesel, it pretty much always tells you to change the oil around 16,000 kilometers. His truck right now, I think he told me he's sitting at like 24 or 25,000 kilometers, and now it's pretty close to zero. So, you know, quite a bit bigger interval on these trucks. We're told direct, like from the manufacturer, just listen to the oil life. So that's what we're doing. So tools for this job, pretty simple. Pretty sure it's pretty simple. I've never done this service before. I'll be learning just like you guys. But I don't anticipate too many troubles. Basically, yeah, we're going to be going with AMSOIL. The manufacturer, at least in Canada here, is recommending 540 Rotella T6, just like the Eco Diesel. But he decided to go with AMSOIL, which is their signature series, which meets or exceeds the specs. And the guys are like using this, and he was told from AMSOIL in the States, guys are going 25,000 miles on this stuff. So I've always heard good things of AMSOIL. I just did a Eco Diesel transmission service using AMSOIL, and I trust them. So going with the 540. Calls for 12 liters on this truck, okay? For the 2019, it's 12 liters. And so, you know, these are 9.5 liters roughly. So I got my measuring cup. I'll top up the last few liters. Another tool just for the oil drain plug is going to be the square on 3/8 ratchet. So I've got an extension just to get underneath. What else? Filter, we're going with the Mobile One. It's M1-403, high efficiency. So it's better micron than OEM, they're saying anyhow. So going with that, buying everything in bulk, keeping things cheap. Draining the oil right away when he gets here. He's just at work right now, so I'm kind of just getting stuff ready for him on my day off. Such a nice guy, eh? If you guys have read or done this yourself, I'm sure you're more than aware, but access for the oil filter is a pecker head, I guess. It's through the wheel well, passenger side, front. We may just show up. He may show up. I might just yank the tire off right away just to make things easy. I think that's probably what I'll do. And then we can break the torque. I know they make special tools for this to keep things clean, but I think I'm just going to break the torque, work it off a smidge, get the old big Ziploc bag underneath, work it right off, drop it into here, zip it, pull it through the wheel well, and install my new filter. I never preload my filters or pre-fill my filters rather. I just let her run. So I just put her in, tighten it up. I'll go hand tight plus a little bit with the wrench, and then we'll run the truck for a few days, and then we'll top it off if need be, right? I know you're probably more than likely supposed to, and I know Gino's Garage makes a special tool that threads onto the filter after you fill it up, so that you can get it through the wheel well sideways, right? Because we got to go in horizontally, and then come down, take the tool off, and then install it. But we're going to keep it dry, we're going to put it in there, install it, and I guarantee you we're not going to have any issues, okay? Other than that, you'll need, you know, a pretty decent size oil pan. Expecting at least upwards of 12 liters to come out. Also, when you're removing the oil filter, there is supposed to be, like I said, it's my first time doing this service, but there's also like a secondary drain pan. So when you drop the filter, you can flip it right upside down if you want, and then drain the oil. And I'll show you guys when we get underneath there, just to keep things a little bit cleaner. So, other than that, you shouldn't need much else. So yeah, we'll get the truck here and we'll get after it. Alright, so the truck's here. I've got all my goodies all lined up, ready to go. Got an extra mat there, so I'm not getting too dirty. hood's popped. I'm gonna get underneath and get ready to drain the oil. Try and zoom in here. I'm gonna try and do this with the tire on. We put our pliers on there. It looks like we can get enough on there to loosen her off, and then I'll get the bag trick in there. Hopefully not make a complete mess of the driveway. And yeah, so I'll get some gloves on. I'm just letting the oil cool down a smidge. And then we will we'll open the drain bolt, and then I'll come up here and I'll just I'll open this up, the fill. Help the oil drain just by letting some air in. So yeah, let me get under the truck and we'll get after it. Alright, so we're under the truck here. The oil pan is right next to the front diff, obviously bottom of the engine here. Here's the transmission. So like I said, 3/8 will get this hole open. It looks like I don't need an extension. Oh, AC's dripping right on my face. I imagine this will be on pretty tight. Ooh. Not too bad. Dinner's ready, so I gotta hurry up. Ooh, it's hot. Nice. A little bit of splatter. She's dark. She's flowing pretty quick, actually.
You got the camera in there too?
Yeah, I got the camera. She's rolling. Hey, do me a solid, would you? Just, oh, you know where you put the oil in?
Yeah.
Up top, just open that valve there. And that'll spray some more of this oil out. Yeah, just kind of open it up, let it sit there.
It's opened right up.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, why don't we have supper and we'll let this thing drain every little ounce of oil. It's still coming out.
Supper's ready.
Alright, so had a nice dinner. Yeah, this pan pretty much accepts 12 liters, which is awesome. We've pretty much got no more oil dribbling. I looked it up in the manual there. It says 44 pounds for the drain bolt. So I've got my torque wrench dialed in. There's your 40 pounds or 44. And I think I'm gonna have to, so I'm just gonna move this up here carefully, and I'll show you guys this miniature oil pan that's on the oil filter side up front here, so should catch all the oil. Alright, we're underneath the front end of the truck here. There's the passenger wheel. You know, here's the axle, and if you come up directly underneath the engine here, you'll see this little hole. It's got this little piece of plastic here, okay? So, like I said, I've never done this before, and I'm hoping I can loosen the oil filter, drop it down, and rotate it, and the oil should come out of here. Now, right away I can tell it's going to get over everything. So I'm going to leave my mat down here with the pan, expecting a little bit of a mess. And then I'm going to go ahead and break that torque on the oil filter. I'll break the torque, rotate it a couple times, and then I'll get my bag in there. Okay, so like I showed you before, there's the filter, there's our wrench. I'm going to try to break the torque, do a couple turns, get the bag on it, drop it in the bag Ziploc, and drag her out. Alright, well, I'm still out of breath, but I've managed to back her off. You know, just like everything that comes from a factory, the torque is just insane. If you're going to use these, you better either go to the gym and have insanely strong hands, or just hopefully got maybe old man strength or something. But you can get it, you know, you grab them a little teeny bit at a time, and once you break it, you break it. But yeah, I'm going to be putting her on that tight, I can tell you that. So now I'm going to slide my bag in like I was saying, and hopefully I'd record this, but well, I don't got much room. So yeah, let me put my bag in, rotate it, and we'll see how well that works. Alright, well, we got her. Couldn't get her on film like I said, but you know, you want to get the bag behind the filter, put the bag up. You know, it did still make a mess, I'll be completely honest with you. You know, I got some oil on the frame and stuff like that. But really, overall, I mean, it's a tight squeeze, right? You're gonna work quick. Try and get the bag closed before you pull it out. I kind of had it half closed. That's why I got a little bit of a mess. But overall, that's definitely the hardest part of this this service for sure. Getting that out. I mean, I can see why guys use that Geno Garage tool. If you're changing this oil quite a bit, it would definitely save you a little bit of spillage. But I can deal with that for sure. All right, so I got my new filter. You know, you should grease the O-ring, so we'll do that. Like I said, I won't be pre-filling this. I know you're probably supposed to, but you know, for the split second that the oil pump's trying to basically try to run dry, oil's going to get pumped back in there. I don't see it being an issue. I'll let you know if the truck blows up. All right, I'm going to go ahead, thread her on. I'm not even sure what the torque specs for this thing is, but I always just do all filters as tight as I can by hand, and then I just snug them up with the tool, because I don't want to have to deal with that again. All right, we got her on. It's kind of tricky to find the threads on those. Obviously, you can't see shit in there. You also can only get one hand. So, you know, I found it, threaded her on. Because you can't get a good handle on it, I gave her a solid 3 turns with the vise. I guess they're slip joint pliers, kind of. And yeah, I gave her a solid 3 turns there just to get it on a little more. Just a pecker head. So now that's all on. We've got our drain bolt torqued up. We're ready to add the engine oil. 12 liters. So I'm going to add the entire 9.5, 10.5, 12.5. So I'll probably put a little over 12 in just because I didn't fill the filter up. Got the hogs out. Alright, so because this ain't my truck, I'm going to use a couple rags here. It is a brand spanking new 1 ton after all. Don't want no damage. Let me get a step ladder. Okay, beauty. So I got to figure out what kind of oil funnel I want to use, because this is just about 10 liters of oil. So let me see what works best. Okay, so we're back. I got my father-in-law here, Darcy, to help me out.
Hey.
The only reason is because I'm not strong enough to pour that into there, for sure. So, and I don't have the right funnel. If I had a nice big funnel, it'd be a different story, but I got this little piss flap this is for filling lawnmowers. So he's gonna hang it high. I'm gonna pour it in here, and hope for the best. Nice. You should probably tie it up with some some rope. Let's let that go down in there. God, that's heavy.
There's a little viscosity.
She's going. Is it open all the way, I wonder? Oh, there it goes. This funnel's got an open close on it, which is kind of handy actually for working alone. Once I get this about half in.
Feel the world is over. When you say you're feeling lonely. If you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights. Breathe me in, go on and take your bite. Count on me to make you come alive. You know where to find me tonight. You know where to find me tonight. Find me tonight.
Is that 12 now? Or one more?
Well, 11, because it was they're 9.5 liters, 10.5, 11.5. So you need 500 mil. I might go a little more, just because guaranteed we're going to be low with that filter. Plug this back into there. Take that with us. Put the cap back on. All right, why don't I pull the shit from underneath the truck out, and then we'll start it up. All right. Yeah, let her run. Okay, so we fired it up. Sounds great. Like I said, we didn't pre-fill the filter, so I'm expecting the oil level to be a little bit low. I added another 100 mils just to kind of try to level things out, but in a couple days we'll check the oil and we should be good. And then the most important part, get the oil pan from underneath the truck before the truck moves. Thompson's deck spray. Just kidding. That's not a funny joke.
If you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights. Breathe me in, go on and take your bite. Count on me to make.
All right, well, that's it for that video. We got an internet technician showed up offering us high-speed internet out in the homestead. You want to talk about happy to see a salesman. I was just like, sign us the hell up. Anyways, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, this service, you know, it's pretty easy. The bigger the trucks, the easier the service is. You know, typically everything is like bigger, easier to get at. You know, the filter's a bit of a peckerhead. We managed to get it off without with the wheel on, and just a pair of slip joint oil filter wrench. You know, it's like adjustable, it goes up and down. Pretty simple, you know. Like I said earlier, it's torqued on like crazy. Just, you know, be persistent, don't give up. You'll get it once you get a few turns. We used the free bag trick. It worked really good, actually. I noticed after I took it off, the only reason it spilled is because I managed to rip the bag on one of the steel braided hoses there, and it ripped the bag, so I lost a bit of oil there. But you know, if I was a little bit more careful, I probably could have got it drip free. But yeah, so we drained it, you know, we had some dinner, put the bolt back in, I torqued it to 44, removed the filter, I put the filter back in, didn't put any oil in with it. Calls for 12 liters, I put about 12 in and started the truck up a few times. Everything seems to be working good. My father-in-law went for a rip. No check engine lights or anything crazy. He's going to check the oil tomorrow and top it up if necessary. And I forgot to mention too, to reset the oil life indicator on these trucks is a little different than the EcoDiesel. You just put the truck into the on position, the run position, just the first position we'll call it. Press the brake 3 times firmly, shut the truck off, wait a second, and then start the truck on, like turn the truck on, and it should be cleared. It worked for us. We just Googled that one. We're going to look through the owner's manual, but sometimes YouTube and Google are, well, they're just faster, and it works. So, you know, it's the first time doing the service for that truck, and I got to tell you, anybody can do it. So don't be scared. We kept all our receipts. We filled out the information in the book. All our parts are legit. And if we manage to lose an engine or if we're changing the oil, they have to prove in court probably, because this is a pretty expensive truck, that we were the main cause for the failure, which isn't going to happen. So don't be afraid to work on your own equipment. This is a $100,000 truck and we had no issues doing it. So, you know, if you're into the Ram 3500, EcoDiesel, homesteading, motorcycles, just about everything. This channel is kind of evolved into a jack of all trades. Just we do a daily vlog pretty much. So if you're into that kind of stuff, consider subscribing. We've got content coming up all the time, and yeah, we're just having fun just like everybody else. Anyways, I'm gonna head inside for a cold beer, and I'll catch you on the next one.